So I was just going to tell you guys a little bit of a ripple effect that I had in my life as a young kid. And I thought I would share so that people got an idea of what ripple effects were. And this was when I was really young. I was probably around 10 years old, and I was cutting grass. And I had a push lawnmower, and I was cutting grass, and my next door neighbor saw that I was using a push lawnmower, a manual lawnmower. And he's like, nah, man, that's not how you're gonna be able to make some money. He's like, use this lawnmower, and this was a gas lawnmower. And he's like, just, you know, put some gas in. He's like, when you need to. And he had a can out there, and he didn't charge me for the gas or anything. And man, I was out there making some real money, you know, $5 every lawn. And these were small lawns, and I just felt so good and empowered to be actually, you know, making some money. And one day I was pushing the lawnmower, and I hit one of these kind of like water drains that you see in the suburbs that stick out of the ground, and it wound up bending the blade on the lawnmower. And I mean, it bent it bad. And a lawnmower, it wouldn't spin. It would, if I pulled it, it would just dig into the ground. And you know, I didn't know what to do. And I put the lawnmower back on his porch, but I didn't go mention to him what had happened. And I just put it there, and I just, you know, he let a couple of us use it, and I just put it up, and I was just scared, didn't know what to do. And a couple days later, I saw him outside, and he had removed the blade, and he was banging it, like, you know, straightening it out. And I was walking by, and I knew he seen me, and I saw him, and he asked me if I knew what happened. And I said, yeah, I hit something, and I broke your lawnmower. And I really don't know what came over me to tell him at that moment, because I hadn't told him, and I was scared to tell him, and I don't think I really wanted to, but at that moment I just kind of told him. And he said, okay. He was like, well, I'm fixing it. And I sat there, and he was talking to me while he fixed it, and he banged it out, and then he said, all right, well, it's fixed, so go ahead out there and start, you know, having your business again. And I just thought, I was like, so you're gonna still let me use that lawnmower? He's like, yeah, but next time, show the courage to actually fess up when you mess up. And you know, I would have a nose as long as Pinocchio's if I was to say that there hasn't been a moment in my life since then where I was dishonest. But what it did teach me was a valuable lesson about being honest when you make a mistake. And I cherish that, because I still live off of that today. And it's a ripple effect that I just turned 55 years old yesterday, and that ripple effect is probably a 45-year ripple effect that happened in my life, and it just told me to be more accountable when you make a mistake. So that's my ripple effect for today. Today is April 5th, 2025. I hope that helped you guys. And if anybody has a ripple effect that they want to share, you can always reach out at info at lovetheripple.com, and I'll maybe post your ripple effect if you share it to me through video. Until next time, love and peace, everybody. Out.